Using the superpowers of cloud to achieve your business challenge naturally requires data. In an earlier module, you examined your business data end-to-end, categorizing datasets into 3 buckets: user, corporate, and industry. This data ecosystem and the insights you can generate from combining datasets helped you refine your business challenge. We're now going to identify specific datasets required at each stage in your transformation journey. To do this, we'll follow 3 broad steps. First, we'll define everything you need to know in order to reach your end goal. Second, we'll categorize these datasets according to what you have, what you need to acquire, and if it doesn't exist, what you need to then capture or collect. Finally, for the datasets you need to capture, we'll brainstorm on how you can do it. At this stage, you're welcome to follow the template offered in your student workbook for your use case. By the end of this exercise, you may need to refer back to Module 4 and review strategies for keeping your data private and secure. For now, let's focus on defining everything you need to know. Grab your template or a piece of paper and list 10 datasets for which would help you achieve your project. Don't worry about whether or not it's realistic or easy to attain. Write down whatever comes to mind. Let's use our earlier example for this. The end goal is to deliver the Style Capsule, a personalized subscription service turning customers' homes into their own personal fitting rooms. What might you need to know to achieve this? Well, you'll need to know who the user is, their age, demographics, geography, family situation, and so on. If the box is going to be personalized, you'll also need more information about the customer's preferences, their color choices, style habits, interests, and life events. The customer's browsing and purchasing history from your website and from your physical stores are also important data points. Other pieces of information you may want to know include what the customer actually thinks of this new subscription service, how they interact with the Style Capsule and its items, and how likely they are to recommend it to somebody else. Now, this is not an exhaustive list, but it'll help get you started. Now that you've identified a list of useful datasets, you'll need to categorize them. Review your list. Do you currently have each of these datasets? If not, does somebody else have the data you're looking for, and can you acquire it from them? Last, is there data that doesn't exist anywhere yet, and that you need to go out and collect or capture it yourself? Let's categorize our datasets using these questions. Now, you already have basic profile data that the user provided when they created their online account. You have some idea of their life events based on their in-store, online, or in-app purchasing history and through your loyalty program. That's what you have. What other data is available with other providers that you can purchase or trade? You'll be able to acquire social data, for example, such as likes and posts. You can also purchase data from some applications that give insight into lifestyle habits. This could include things like restaurant reservations, movies downloaded, even style images or boards saved on dedicated platforms that provide a direct illustration of user preferences. Once you've categorized your data, what you should be left with is a selection of very specific data points, which you need but don't exist yet. How are you going to capture those? More on that in our next segment.